World War I was not just a war. It was the moment the old world cracked open. Before 1914, Europe looked powerful and unstoppable. Britain, France, Germany, Russia, Austria-Hungary, and the Ottoman Empire all wanted power, colonies, land, and respect. But underneath that power, Europe was full of tension. Countries were building armies, weapons, and alliances. Nationalism was rising. Every empire feared losing power. That meant one crisis could pull many countries into war like dominoes. Then came the spark. On June 28, 1914, Archduke Franz Ferdinand of Austria-Hungary was assassinated in Sarajevo by Gavrilo Princip, a Serbian nationalist. But Europe was like a room filled with gasoline. Austria-Hungary blamed Serbia. Russia supported Serbia. Germany supported Austria-Hungary. France was tied to Russia. Britain was watching Germany carefully. Within weeks, the crisis exploded. By August 1914, Europe was at war. Germany invaded Belgium to attack France. Britain entered after Belgium was attacked. Russia moved against Germany and Austria-Hungary. Later, the Ottoman Empire joined the Central Powers. This was no longer just a European war. It became World War I. At first, many people thought the war would be short. Soldiers marched proudly. Crowds cheered. Leaders promised victory. Some believed the soldiers would be home by Christmas. But they were wrong. The war became one of the most brutal conflicts humanity had ever seen. On the Western Front, soldiers dug trenches across France and Belgium. These trenches became their homes, their prisons, and sometimes their graves. Life in the trenches was horrifying. Mud covered everything. Artillery shells exploded day and night. Poison gas burned lungs and eyes. Machine guns killed men in seconds. Between the trenches was no man's land. Soldiers ran across open ground while machine guns, barbed wire, and artillery waited for them. Many never made it across. Battles like the Somme and Verdun became symbols of suffering. But World War I was not only fought in trenches. It was fought at sea, in the air, in deserts, mountains, and across empires. Submarines attacked ships. Airplanes were used for spying and bombing. Tanks appeared for the first time. Chemical weapons changed the meaning of fear. Modern industry turned war into a machine. Factories produced weapons nonstop. Women worked in factories while men fought at the front. In 1917, the war changed again. Russia was collapsing from hunger, defeat, and revolution. The Russian Revolution forced Russia out of the war. But in the same year, the United States entered after German submarine attacks. Fresh American soldiers and supplies helped the Allies regain strength. By 1918, Germany and its allies were exhausted. People were starving. Armies were breaking. Empires were falling. On November 11, 1918, at 11 a.m., the fighting stopped. World War I was over, but peace did not feel like peace. Around 10 million soldiers were dead. Millions more were wounded. Civilians had suffered hunger, disease, occupation, and loss. The German Empire fell. The Austro-Hungarian Empire disappeared. The Ottoman Empire collapsed. The Russian Empire was gone. Many people hoped World War I would be the war to end all wars. But instead, it planted the seeds for World War II. That is the tragedy of World War I. It started with one assassination, but it was really caused by years of fear, pride, rivalry, nationalism, alliances, and empire. It showed the world that modern technology could make war more deadly than ever before. World War I ended more than a century ago, but its warning is still alive today. Sometimes, the most dangerous wars do not begin with one huge decision. They begin with tension, fear, ego, and one spark. And once that spark catches fire, the whole world can burn. Please like, share, and subscribe for more powerful history stories.